Hey everybody, how's it going? Let's take a look at the Harley Davidson Pan America Adventure Bike. Let's take a look at this again. I'm on their site. This is how they have it. They have, they show pro riders carving the canyons, hitting the dirt, riding actual trails, adobes here. Skilled riders. I mean, typical adventure rider is not skilled. And if you are, then I'm not talking about you before you chime in the comment section and say, I'd ride my adventure bike on these type of trails. Well, then you're unique. The majority of people that buy these do not. They're lucky if they touch a graded road. But let's scroll down. Let's take a look. So they have a video here, The Endless Horizon. Let's open that up. There's some music. I don't know if it's copyrighted or anything, so we're gonna go ahead and mute that. But yeah, they're shown at high speeds on these trails. But I don't care who you are, the front of that bike looks horrendous. And I don't like the fact that you have the tank here separate from the fairing, and that stylistically looks like a cruiser. You got your V-twin, looks like a cruiser. It looks like the board, the executives were like, it has to look like a Harley. I doubt this was obviously their first concept, their first drawings. They would put up a lot of drawings and kind of vote over, hey, yeah, I like this, I like that, I don't like this. And I don't know who said this. Front end would look good, or that it would age well. Like within 1 year, it's already like that's outdated. It looks like a Hoover vacuum light on the front, and this plastic not going to the tank looks unfinished. It looks like how Harley has their big ultra glides and stuff, where that big fairing is like on the forks and not part of the tank. I don't like that look. Loaded up, and you're on trails. No, again, that's not most riders. Riding this fast across a non-trail is, again, not a typical rider. Is it showing what the bike can do? Sure, but a lot of bikes can do this. So, African Twin, BMW, whatever, a skilled rider is going to be able to do this. I just can't stand that front end. Yeah, it's just not something I like. To each their own. But yeah, that's their little video here. We'll skip. Yeah. Close that. Okay, let's see what else. Here's better pictures. I like how the V-twin is. I like this part. I'm not a fan of the cruiser style tank, the teardrop, or how unfinished the fairing is to the body of the bike, to the tank. And side profile doesn't really show you how wide the radiator is on this thing. It's pretty big. From this position, you don't get the depth, so you don't know. I've seen it on, straight on, and it's pretty big. Here is looking at YouTube. People have been testing it. Let's go to RevZilla and see what they have to say.
Spurgeon here with RevZilla, and today I'm in Mojave, California for the first ride review of the all-new Harley Davidson Pan America. There's a standard version, and then there's the special, which is in front of me right now. And this gets all the extra add-ons, crash bars, skid plates,
well, that's what you'd want to buy.
There's a ton of things on this, but the main real upgrade is the electronic suspension and all of that.
Yeah, more to break.
That brings with it, which we'll discuss a little bit further in the video. Break.
And that front end, like I said, that is going to be outdated so fast. I mean, when you're on the bike, you don't see it. So that's a benefit, but I have a feeling they'll be redesigning that.
Both bikes at their core is...
I really like this design. It looks eye-catching. This part. that. I don't care about hard bags. I hate panniers. The teardrop tank, too cruiser-esque. Do away with it. The front end, do away with it. This part, and or at least make it so it goes together. Imagine cleaning the bike, dust and dirt that gets up into there. No, thank you.
It's going to have the 1250cc Revolution Max engine. This is going to be an all-new liquid-cooled dual overhead cam engine from Harley Davidson, variable valve timing, and really one of the things that excites me most about this is the fact that it's got hydraulic valve lash adjusters, so you never have to adjust the valves.
That is nice. And supposedly it's a fairly light bike, comparable to the other adventure bikes, even though it does not look light.
Now, Harley's claiming about 150 horsepower and about 94 foot-pounds of torque, give or take. So really, that's going to put this right smack dab in the middle of something like a BMW R1250 GS and a KTM 1290 Adventure.
Well, he says right in the middle, but that's just power. None of these bikes do you need that power for off-road. Not at all.
So, let's see how good the engine is out on the street.
I think the V-twin would be pretty torquey, so down low, if you are getting into some of the harder stuff, it would probably be better.
So I'm currently on the Pan America Special, and just so you're aware, there is no differences with the engine or the ride modes between the two bikes. So pretty much everything we're going to talk about here is the same regardless of which model you're on. Now, what I will say is that this engine did surprise me. It is not what I was expecting from Harley Davidson. You know, you can lug it down low, you can get down to like 2,000 RPM, but
skip,
it really, that's
because
going to
their
control
video, you
things
should
like
watch this one. I'm just trying for
see how
some
it
of the
does
key
off-road.
things. Okay, let's see some of the off-road footage. Let's see what we got here.
As long as you're keeping the pace down. Playing with the suspension settings, I originally had it set to the softer damping setting, and the firm is actually better whether you're going slow or fast. Most people are going to be most comfortable around, I'd say, 35 miles an hour with this thing off-road. You know, we're in some deeper straightaway stuff.
So saying, faster you go, the easier it is, the scarier it is, because if you do mess up, it hurts more. But it's actually easier to go,
been able to get up to about 50.
and it's easy.
After that, it does start to lose a little bit of confidence. So it's definitely one of those bikes where it's better and more approachable and more comfortable, you know, at slower speeds. But as you begin to really turn up the volume, it does begin get a little squirrely on you. Feet.
Yeah, that all depends on the terrain.
In the review yet, but the brakes, the Giant Brembos, are fantastic. So, a few things that I didn't like. First and foremost, the electronics are fantastic, but the dash layout, it's hard to read. There's a lot of small little numbers.
Yeah, I see that small print. That nowadays with dashes being digital like that, it should be pretty programmable. You should be able to like make that bigger if you want that bigger, or these bigger if you want. You should be able to go in there through the UI and be able to change all that to the rider's needs.
And there's so many damn buttons on this bike. The second big miss, the way that
you basically, how I view a dash like that, you should be able to touch, drag different modules onto the display of what you want to see and be able to enlarge that, like the speed, make that bigger in the right corner, put the tack over here, or maybe you don't want the tack, or you want the gear shift indicator, what gear you're in over here, and the fuel over there. You should be able to drag and drop those anywhere on that screen. Just saying. I mean, right? If we're gonna go digital screens, let's have a good UI where you could do that, and it's totally customizable, and that way your bike is your bike. Maybe let you put different wallpapers or this or that, you know, really customizable. They could even sell you little extras like that where you could download, you know, and come up with different themes, if you will, for your gauge cluster. Anyways, that's my feeling. Anyways, back to the bike itself. I mean, it looks fairly good, other than I just can't stand that. So it is what it is, I guess. To each their own on that. And, you know, there's a bunch of this guy's like taking it through there.
Just brought to market, and to put it short, it's a really
April
stunning
29th.
bike. It definitely has a place among the other big adventure bikes. There are some standout features that make it even more compelling for new adventure riders or adventure riders in general. But yeah, let's get into it.
Oh,
Experience with it. Everything built around it.
A lot of fun when it's not your bike, so you don't have to care about any of the welds or anything breaking. But yeah, okay, so it can do that. Again, most riders won't be doing any of that. We didn't even see it land. It bottomed out, you know.
Ended up handling much better than I thought it would too. You know, I don't want to...
So I mean, I want to like it. It's an American company. Want to like it, but at the same time, I just cannot deal with that. I wouldn't spend all that money for this. They need to do something there. I think the BMW looks better in my opinion. I think the KTM looks better. I think the Yamaha Tenere 700 looks better. Just something about this I just don't like, in that it's so cruiser-esque with that tank. Like, again, I'm going to keep going back to it because that bothers me a lot. So if you're right there with me, I mean, leave a comment. If not, tell me why you like this bike. Most people I have found said they do not like the looks at all, and then that, I mean, when you're spending this type of money, you want to like the bike overall. So leave a comment. Tell us why you like it or why you don't like it. What features do you like over the other bikes? What features do you wish it had, maybe? You know, I want to get a adventure bike. That's why I still like the Tenere 700, the T7. I just like that bike. It's more dirt bike and more than enough power for on the road, and it will do off-road a lot better than any of these big bikes. And let's face it, most people do not go on a real adventure on their bike. Starbucks, as the joke always is, you know, that's where the adventure riders go. But I take them up like locally, up graded dirt road, Mount Herman Road, and then that's the epic ride, or Hotel Gulch, which ain't even that hard. But I've been with adventure people, and they were like, "Oh, it's so epic, it's so hard." What challenge? It's a road. I've taken a Ford Edge on it. Come on now. But you know, to each individual, they have a vision of that adventure versus my vision. And my vision says, if I were to buy that, I'd want to do these trails like Trans-America Trail and other type of trails, more trail stuff, staying mostly to dirt, as much dirt as I can. And I just don't see me doing that on this bike personally. But we'll see. We'll see as more of them get out there in the field. Maybe I'll be able to get to test ride it, and my opinion will change. So anyways, that's my 2 cents on the Pan America, but I wish them luck. It's nice to see an American company, you know, take on the Japanese and Austrians on adventure bikes, and well, and take on the Germans on adventure bikes. And you know, maybe this is a good first stepping stone, and they'll fix all this stuff that I don't like, and we'll see how long term this bike does. Anyways, have a good one. Stay well, my friends. Please hit that thumbs up and get that notification, because you know I need it like every other channel. It really helps out. Have a good one. Stay well and stay safe, my friends. Bye.